Come on. Sound of that. Finally got a
Did your
serious
mic off, bro?
Fun? Mine.
Oh, there's an echo?
Oh, you know what it is? There's an echo from my.
And that's
right, Jazz.
and that's the issue that we have today. Yeah.
We've got a lot of issues in the studio. There's no sound.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, we got sound now.
Yeah.
All right. We've been told it's on and off. All right, we're back now. Okay. So sorry, bro. What are you saying?
Yeah.
There's a
So
divide.
I was saying there's a divide between the older generation and the younger generation, and then that leads to the younger generation having to fend for themselves, if that makes sense. And then when you have that, when younger people are influencing other younger people, it's only going to lead to a negative place.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But here's the problem, right? And this is the problem we're talking about before. I don't think the younger generation want help from the older generation.
Yeah, I agree. They think they know it all.
That's the problem you've got, right? Younger generation think they know it all. I'm not gonna like. Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate here a little bit, yeah. But I think the younger generation, like it was different in our age. All right, it was massively different at our age. Like when we were young, the elders, when they told us something, we'd kind of like pay attention to it. I don't think a lot of youth nowadays actually pay attention to what the older generation say.
I hear what you're saying.
We need a question for the stream. Come on, give me a comment so I can get
The question I want to put on the stream is: what are the struggles and the issues that the youth are going through today? I want to know what people think are the issues and the struggles that youth are going through today, and how can we resolve those issues? What's the way to resolve those issues? And I'm talking about the Muslim youth in particular, all right? Because I do like I'll be fair with them. I'll be fair with the Muslim youth as well, right? I think the issues that they have are a lot different from when it was my day. You guys would probably know a lot more than that than I would. What do you think are some of the issues that the young people are going through today compared to what you guys might have gone through or what I've gone through? Right, social media is probably a big one, yeah. What else?
Identity.
What do you mean?
In terms of knowing who you are, your background. I think that is heavily misunderstood. People don't know their identity, or they question their identity or their religion.
Do you mean that you're
like culture? More so to do with religion as like identity in Islam. So,
okay? Where do you think that's come from?
I think that's a good point, actually. Like, I feel like in today's generation, the youth ask more about why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Whereas I feel like the older generation was more like, you're here
Just
and you
do it.
obey and you just
this
do
is
it.
and you follow it.
Exactly. Whereas now it's more like but why am I doing it? And sometimes parents or elders don't have the
don't
answer
know how
to
to
that
answer it.
because they just heard and obeyed.
Well, you've known it as well, Ishaq, because we've basically you do the youth work. I've done the youth work as well,
Mhm.
and we've noticed that a lot of parents come to us saying, "Deal with our kids. Like we don't know how to deal with them."
Yeah.
I've dealt with the situations like that as well, but I don't know where parents want us to go with it, because surely you should be able to deal with a lot of those issues as well.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a disconnect between parents and kids. It's they don't understand the problems that the kids have nowadays. And because of that, kids don't feel comfortable to go and talk to their parents. That's how I feel.
Fair, but where's that come from then? Where is that
I
actually?
think it's because when the older generation, when they were growing up, it was much different as to how we just mentioned. So when you were growing up, you were just told to do something and you would do it. But that doesn't work for the youth, right? So if a parent tells their kid to do something and the kid says, "Why should I do it?" the older generation would get slapped and they would do it, right?
Yeah.
But now, because of
You can't do
social,
that.
yeah, but now you can't do that. But it's also because of social pressure, right? You've got all this social media, you've got this Western society where you're comparing yourself to the white people,
Right.
But it's
British white people, yeah.
yeah, British white people is what I'm trying to say. But no, what I'm trying to get at is that
The good epoch, yeah.
what I'm
Okay, go
trying to
on.
get at is that it doesn't work. The same method that was delivered to you guys does not work for the youth. It has to come from a place of love, not a place of threat or something that makes the child rebel against the parents. In my opinion.
In a place of understanding, like love, like your parents will love you no matter what, right? Whether you're from the older generation or the younger generation. But I think where the issue lies is not actually understanding the problems that we face today.
But that goes to your original point, bro. Like there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
How can you relate, or how can a lot of these elders and parents relate to their younger generation when there's a disconnect between them? How do you bridge that gap?
It's quite hard. Quite hard.
You're good, bro.
The problem is, right? Some parents they come from.
All right, then, bro.
Trying to. I move away so I can get on
Move
the
it, get
picture.
on
Let me get on the picture.
What?
So the problem is with parents, they've got very stubborn mindset culture. So just like Abdi said, yeah, the way they were raised is to, if you don't do this something, you'll get hit for it, right? But it's really
Pizza.
that's the method. I don't think that's the method, because what happens is you don't build a bridge to connect with your son or daughter. What you do is you create a barrier, and the moment you keep repeating the same method, that barrier just gets stronger and stronger, and you can't really connect. It becomes harder. When the kid grows up, psychologically, it becomes very hard for them to listen to their parents when they go to school, and then they find out this guy, oh yeah, he got detention. This guy got detention, but he went home and he got slapped. He came back with bruises. The other guy came, and there's nothing wrong with him.
Sounds like personal experience.
That's great.
What's this? What's this?
Say to your dad here.
Bro, it's like a therapy session for this brother.
No, I don't
Don't
have
worry,
to
everyone
say
give you a hug
it.
after.
I don't have to say it, but I understand. Huh?
Is that a tear?
No.
Send the link out. Send the link out.
I understand that it's not easy sometimes when you see your kid just messing around or something. It gets tempting. You have to be honest. From a parent's perspective, it gets tempting. You tell them once, twice, 3 times, it gets tempting, but that's not really the right method. Talking to someone with love, approaching them the right way with kindness, that's kind of normally a good starter point. And then you build it from there. It normally comes naturally. The moment you start enforcing these strict guidelines, strict rules that you're like, you follow this by the dot, you don't follow it, you get hit and slapped. They end up start swinging the other way. That's the truth reality of it. What are you going to say?
No, rebellion. You mean rebellion. It means rebellion, bro. You mean rebellion.
Rebellion.
It's-
I didn't mean it.
He says swing the other way.
You don't
He
mean
means rebelling.
a
He
reverse.
means
He doesn't mean a reverse
It's-
backhand.
I understand what you mean.
This is the problem with youth nowadays, man.
Yeah, you can't communicate things properly, right? You just need to say it how it is, yeah. No, but you're right. But I don't know, bro. It's hard because it can get frustrating. For parents, it can probably get really frustrating when they're telling their kids to do something and the kids aren't listening, because like it's a vicious circle then, right? The vicious circle is I'm telling you to do it, you're rebelling against me. I'm telling you to do it, you're not listening, rebelling against you. You're not listening. I'm telling you to do it. And just it's a vicious circle. How do you break the circle?
I think you have to find out what the root cause is. Why they're not listening. If you find out why they're not listening, then you can.
But
tackle
okay, but
that-
here's
that
the question,
problem.
bro. No,
But then this is what I'm saying.
go on.
Here, to find out what the problem is, you need to be on almost like a friendship level, right?
I agree with you, by the way, because
If-
alhamdulillah, as a parent, I've got 4 kids, alhamdulillah. And I kind of have learned, I'm not going to say the hard way, but I've definitely learned to be able to have a safe space where I can talk to my kids about stuff. And I honestly, I think as kids get older, you kind of need that, where they actually can have that a space where you can talk about whatever you need to talk about. And look, I think it is about not necessarily challenging each other, but coming to certain compromises and speaking your truth.
Yeah.
Right. Problem I think a lot of parents have is that the truth that youth go through, like let me give you an example. Yeah, I know many parents who like have a standard. Parents have a standard, right? And when they don't see their children reaching that same standard or meeting that same standard because they know that's your potential and the kids don't meet that potential, then it can get very frustrating for them. How do you reconcile that? How does a youth because a youth will go, well, listen, that's my own thing. I'm going to find my own way or whatever they say. How does a parent who goes, well, that's my standard. That's where I want you to be. And the kid's going, well, I'm not there yet. Let me have my own way. Let me do my own thing. It'd be frustrating.
Could this not be solved by your idea of a safe space, though? If you're able to sit them down and say, okay, let's say you've not done terribly well with this exam or this sort of a task. Is it an issue with the parameters I'm setting, or do you have something you need to tell me and you can tell me in the safe space? That's perfectly fine. Because if they feel either too arrogant to not say anything, or they genuinely feel like they're struggling, but they don't know how to open up.
Potentially, yeah. But I'd like to hear from you guys on how you feel. How do you feel youth can actually bridge that gap not from the perspective of the parent, because that's another show altogether, right? From a parent's perspective, I honestly think parents should go through some sort of training course before they become parents, bro.
I agree.
Honestly, I do think like you should really go through a course on how to actually be a parent.
100%.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, you that.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother. All right, brother. Honestly, it sounds like a therapy session, brother. Seriously, couldn't agree more, bro. Like, honestly, bro, let it out, bro. Let it out. Okay, but looking at it from a youth perspective, he knows his dad's not watching. That's why he knows his dad's not watching. From a youth perspective, don't worry, I'll give him the link later. How can
Your cooks, bro.
how can the youth?
Is this recorded?
It's
It's live. What are you?
No, but if he doesn't want
No, it's not. It's not recorded. Don't worry. Anyway, how can the youth bridge that gap?
I'll put it down to because there needs to be a compromise in order to bridge a gap. And because I'm 25 now, I'm nearly 26. But when I was a teenager,
I thought you
I
were like
was
44, bro.
I know.
This fella's telling you
Hey.
44.
Yeah,
More-
I thought you were 30.
You're gonna get just
to have
stop.
knowledge of
Right.
someone.
Yeah, I
Look,
do.
the
Look,
wisdom.
I've got the wisdom. I've got that wisdom I'm about to share here.
Go on.
I was an arrogant little prat when I was a teenager. Yeah. I thought to myself, hey, look, I'm starting to become my own man. Look at me. I'm getting taller. I'm feeling like I know what I'm doing here. About to pass my driving test, this and that. You think to yourself, you know everything. But when when it's very clear you don't know how to process something, you don't know how to let that out because you've built yourself up in such a way. And that's a wall that you need to break down, which is if you're a parent and you're saying, okay, I'm going to try and compromise, make the safe
Mm.
space. a lot of the time that youth is going to be too arrogant to try and go in that safe space in the first place.
But this is what I'm saying. I feel like that safe space has to be created from an early age. You can't
Yeah,
just
that's
turn around now
Oh yeah.
all of a
a
sudden
good
and
point.
try and build a safe space when all this time it's not been there. Of course, that youth, that young person isn't going to just open up and start chatting away about all his problems to you. It has to be something that's built from early, because when it's built from early, then they know that it's a safe space. If I just turned around and was like, oh, now you can chat to me about all
Yeah,
your
yeah.
problems,
I'm not talking.
you're not going to say anything, because the past 10, 15 years,
That wasn't there.
it weren't there.
It's never
If
too
anything
late.
happened, I would be judged for it, or I would be like accused or blamed for something instead of
Do you think
talking.
youth inherently, no, you're not inherently, but youth generally are quite, I'm gonna say some outlandish stuff right here, yeah, but do you think youth generally are quite arrogant and selfish, generally speaking?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah, but it's to do with the upbringing as well, though. Like it doesn't. It's not just something that appears from nowhere. It has to come from somewhere, right?
But if
I don't
it's
know.
if it's a
But
case
where does
where,
it come from? Because it might come from peers.
if
it might
it's
come from
if
your
it's
peers.
such a universal trait, can it really need to come from somewhere like the parents? If it's just a way in which teenage lads are, that's something that needs to be broken down. You know, you look, for example, at the role models that we have around us. When you're growing up and you got the social media and you're seeing all these things that are attracting the young man, what I saw was people who thought they were the top of the world, who were this confident, who were this brash. And that's what stuck out for me. And that was something that you saw among your peers as well. So could it be a case where it's an outside influence rather than the parents that are increasing this arrogance within the youth?
I would agree to that, but then again, I think it still does come with the upbringing, because if your parents have, put you in the right environments, for you to be, say, for example, if you're connected to a masjid from early on,
Mhm.
a lot of your time is involved, learning about Islam and stuff like that. Generally, from what I have seen, as you progress through your teens, they're much better than ones that aren't, I guess, associated with like
That's not a
masajid
bad
and
point.
Islam early onwards, I would say.
That's not a bad point. The only reason I ask it is because, like, having dealt with some of the youth, like, I find that this idea of authority is something that young people do not respect. Young people don't respect authority. I don't know where it's come from, but the idea of authority and not respecting authority, like I said, it's a different day and age. Yeah, when it was our day and age, you knew that elders, you respected your elders. It's just ingrained in you. Respect your elders, even if they said something like in front of them, you'll be like, yeah, except what you're saying. Maybe behind the back, you might say something different, but in front of them, you'd be at least like, yeah, uncle, I respect that. Okay, uncle, no problem. Like nowadays, bro, an uncle could say something, kids gonna square up to them. Kids gonna challenge them there and then. Like, where and why did that come about?
I think it's also because, like, this point that you just raised, like when kids just try and square up to elders, I think it's because they know that, like, this society has been built in a way where it's protecting the children
More than
from
anyone else.
true, and that's why they can go off on a tangent and do all these things, because they know that they're not gonna, receive the consequences that
Yeah.
a normal person would.
Going back to social media, yeah, like I see some of these. I don't want to say the names of people, yeah,
Say it.
because no, I can't say it. I want to say it. Put the mics down. You know that. That's outlandish stuff that he was doing, right? Literally going into people's houses,
Yeah.
right? Like, how's he getting away with stuff like that? But do you not think social media because I think this, right? This is just my thoughts. Yeah, is when I look at social media. When someone does something like there, what happens is someone else is going to go, "Ooh, that looks cool. I'm going to try and beat it and top it."
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got people who try and do worse and worse and worse until it gets what you are today, where a guy's going on his bike and riding around. He's laughing at it.
The Sainsbury's.
Bro, laughing, riding his bike in Sainsbury's.
Let's go back.
Bro, but like, honestly, bro, but it's like, I get it. It's funny, right? But it's bad, bro.
But,
it's so disrespectful.
I've got something on that, yeah.
You put your mic on. You put your camera on. Go on.
So I got something on that, yeah.
Go on.
Mic's up in there.
But no, it's not. It's on. They can hear me from this mic.
Go
So
on.
in our days, right,
Yeah.
90s and 2000s, we had that show Jackass, and they were still doing things like similar to what we're seeing, but we're just seeing more of it on YouTube.
Yeah, but like that wasn't everyone doing that stuff. People were doing pranks, but now it's blatant disrespect, bro. How do you go into someone's
Yeah, I don't know
house,
what to do.
right? Like walk into someone's house and be like, "Yeah, everything cool." Like you walk, like there's got family in that house, bro. It's just not.
I
right.
remember one sketch of Jackass where he walked in the hardware store and he saw a toilet and did the toilet in the shop. Come on,
I
man.
remember that.
That's wrong. Anyway, I've got some comments.
Go
Let's
on.
go
Ah.
comments. All right. Asad Z32726 said salam all.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
We're just gonna skip all the audio issue bits. We won't touch them on them.
Go on.
He goes, the Western mentality, we know it all.
Okay, going on that. That's what you were talking about, yeah. Like people have this Western mentality. Well, the Western of I know everything.
Mm.
That's what I mean about like. That's what I mean about like you challenging authority, like the bravado and the ego and attitude, and the pride of just going, I know better than you guys. Like honestly, bro, you're still in your nappies, right? And you're like sitting there going, yeah, I think I know better than you, which is, bro, like. I get what you're saying as well, yeah, but it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating when you see young people doing that. Like, how do you deal with something like that as a parent or as an elder? How do you deal with something like that?
What do you think?
I think the difference is now when you talk about the environment that you guys were raised in. I think when you had an issue, the first thing you would do is probably go and talk to your parents or a family member. But now, let's say the late 2000s and stuff, the evolution of technology and social media, because it's already all out there, it's like if a child had a problem, they wouldn't need to go to their parents first. They can go just online on social media and they'd be able to find their answer there, if it's the right answer or wrong answer, whatever it is.
Now they got AI in it.
Exactly,
direct answer.
ChatGPT, but
Exactly.
I think they've lost that connection with their family, with their parents.
Because of technology.
Bro, that's quite a deep point.
And I think although social media and technology has its benefits, there is a lot of good stuff out there, but I think there's way more bad than there is good. You have to dig deep to find good compared to bad. It's just on the front screen, isn't it?
Deep point, bro.
No comment?
Okay.
He's just completely wiped out this generation, this brother. Asad Z. It's going to take at least another
What's
generation.
Asad say?
He's going to say it's going to
It's
take.
going to take at least another generation to improve
Significantly.
significantly.
We all just go home then. or-
Because there will be gradual improvement. Muslims are getting better and more united, and everyone else is falling
I
apart.
think, you know what? I think that's true. I think if we look at Muslims specifically, I think we are getting better to become more united because, like, there are certain things that every Muslim will kind of unite upon. When we see, for example, if we see, what's it called? If we see, what's what I'm looking for? What's what I'm looking for? Injustice happening somewhere.
Okay.
We all kind of go, yeah, that's injustice. We all agree on that, right? We all, the Muslims, will come together. I was impressed. Like, you know it because you were involved in this, yeah? Last year, July 20, huh? Was it 24, 25?
24, the riots you talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, 24.
July 24, right? When all those riots happened, you were involved in that, not the riots itself, yeah? But you were involved in like when the far right were like mobilizing. I know you were involved in like getting the Muslim youth together to go, well, you know what? We do need to stand peacefully and united as a group, as a united front to go, you know what? We're going to stand against this racism, this fascism, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you mentioned. I think to touch on your point of being united, I think that was probably the first time I've seen, forget, I think Muslims for a second right now, but I think that was the first time that Newcastle was really united
Yeah,
in terms of like when it comes to not tolerating any
Yeah.
hate. But it was honestly, it was beautiful to see that like Muslims actually came together and they were standing as one and basically saying that, look, this is our area. We're here to protect our area. We're here to protect our homes.
Yeah.
We're here to protect our
Masjid,
families, our
masjid,
masajid, our businesses. Like we're not tolerating that.
Yeah.
But it was really difficult because I was one of the ones that was organizing. It was very difficult because initially we did not expect people to, we didn't expect to have that kind of outreach.
Yeah.
And within 3 days, we had 4 WhatsApp group chats that were full of 4,000 people. So you just know it was just outrageous. But like touching on the youth, they had like, because the chats were initially just anyone could message. People were just saying the most outrageous stuff, being very aggressive and this and that. But I think like we had to limit that, and it was just like us organizers as admins, just giving instructions. And I think one thing that I was very surprised is that because it was a lot of youth that were in the group chats, and they actually listened for once, which I really thought was something was gonna go down in terms of something going wrong. But alhamdulillah, like the youth listened, and it was so impressive to see.
But this is what I mean, bro, right? It showed that it can happen.
It can happen,
right?
But
and
for a purpose.
But not only that, yeah. So I mean, it's like it can happen. Like the Muslims, you can come together on a common goal, and not only that, cooler heads can prevail. Like I noticed in the group when you had influencers, or not influencers, what I'm wrong with, but like members of the community who were renowned and well respected. They listened to those individuals. Like I saw voice notes going in from the imams of the masajid, and people listen to those things as well. So I think that helps. And I think maybe we touched on something there. Like maybe that, like I know it's not the responsibility of the imams to do something, but maybe the imams have a role to play.
100%, 100 billion%. I agree with that. So when initially it was just us as youth that organized it, but then we were like, we need something that is structured and organized, and we can't do this ourselves. We need help from the elders. We took that approach. We had to, and that's when we reached out to the community elders and the imams, and we said, look, they've got a voice. Do you know what I'm saying? They have a voice, and to reach those people that we can't, we can use them for this problem that's happening. And that's what we did. We created a separate group chat. We had some of the elders and the imams, and it was good to see that we could collaborate with the imams and the elders to pull something off like that. So
alhamdulillah, good stuff. What are you saying, Jazz?
Got some comments.
You need to put your mic on.
It's on.
Can we go on full screen and we can get someone else in the studio? Yeah.
Yes, on me.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So many of the issues the youth face are down to weak spiritual foundations from a young age, generational gaps, lack of role models, lack of community environment. Not many Islamic organizations cater for the youth. I think there's one in Newcastle, though, isn't there? Ishaq.
There is. Talk about that in a second.
Come on, then, Ishaq.
We're talking about it now or in a second.
Yeah, go on.
We'll talk about it now. Before I do, we're joined by the main host of the Geordie Muslim podcast. Brother Saif, welcome to the show. Brother Abu Tayyib's here. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
You all right, mate?
I'm all right.
You've had a tough day today, haven't you,
It's been
son?
a long day.
You need to get closer to a mic. And you need to push your chair in a little bit at least. Long day today, has it been?
It's been a long day, brother.
Long day, yeah. Are you had a tea? Are you had a coffee? You
Not
calm
yet,
yourself down
no.
a bit.
No,
No one can see you. You need to move your chair in a little bit more.
How
Honestly, man.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry. So what we discussing?
Bit of everything. The
Okay.
youth, obviously, it's the youth. I've got the youth around us today,
Mashallah.
as you can see. So we're talking about struggles that the youth have gone through.
Yeah.
What else we talked about?
Authority.
The fact that the youth of today do not respect authority.
Mhm.
Right. Well, That's I thought maybe they don't.
I've got a
There's
comment
an
on that.
element of
Let me just add this
Go on.
comment. So respect lol, they don't know the meaning of the word. This is
Ooh.
what the West has done to its youth. Oof.
I don't know if I agree with that.
You know, this is why we need Islam, guys. That's the bottom line of it all. When people start practicing the deen of Islam, you will learn how to give everybody their rights and the respect that's due to them. That includes the youth. So if you look at the youth, those who are not practicing the deen, from the Muslims I'm talking about, yeah, you're going to get a lot of issues. For those who are practicing the deen, and in particular, practicing the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and who are concerned about the sunnah, you're not going to get many issues like that, because they're genuinely trying to improve themselves and be better and do the best that they can. And of course, culture has a part to play in it. The society we live in has a part to play in it. Within 2-3 generations, you normally get almost full assimilation.
Mhm.
That's just normal, because that's the environment that you brought up with, which is why Islam is a problem for many people, because you manage to maintain your identity, not necessarily your cultural roots, but your Islamic identity gets retained, which is the most important thing. Okay, and that's where we have to really split the youth up into those categories. Those who are practicing, you will find that generally they still have respect for the elders, generally speaking.
Mhm.
That's what the deen teaches us,
Yeah.
right? And those
That's
who
a
are
good point.
concerned about the deen, they're going to give everybody their rights, even the youth who get married in their youth, right,
I'm
Muhammad?
looking to get married.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Even the youth that get married in
All
their
of us
youth,
here.
everyone, inshallah.
I'm trying to put
They
it in the
will.
same boat as you.
This is why I say to people when they get married, look for a practicing Muslim, whether it's male or female, doesn't matter which way,
Female.
because the one who fears Allah is going to, and the one who gives Allah His rights is going to most likely give you your partner their rights, right? Their husband or their wife.
Let me go back to
Yeah.
this comment, right? Jazzy, put that comment back up.
Respect.
About respect, yeah. What do you? So the comment says respect. LOL. They don't know the meaning of the word. That sounds like an elder. All right. So I want to hear your perspective on that statement there. What's the rest of it say?
This is what the West has done to its youth.
This is what the West have done to the youth, right? They don't know the meaning of the word respect. I want to hear what you brothers have got to say, and you can speak on behalf of the straight
There you
in,
go.
of younger people. Do younger people understand or know the meaning of that word respect?
I think following on from what AT was saying, I think of course the dean teaches you, it builds good character and stuff. But I think the issue nowadays is how do parents impose that on their kids? And I think when you're trying to build good character, I think the most important part is if a parent just, I know for me, well, not anymore, but when I was young, if someone told me to do something, but I didn't really understand why I was doing it, I think that's a big issue, because when you grow up and let's say you move away from your family, and if you're just going through the motions and you don't understand why, you don't have any of that intrinsic motivation to be able to carry yourself forward for the long term. And so I think the best way really is to, make your kids want to do something with their own will and not just force something upon them. And that comes from teaching them why we do it.
That's a good point.
I think as well, right? So like, I think they might not respect an elder person or their parent, but there is someone out there who they do respect. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whether that person deserves that respect or not is another question. So I think, regardless, they do know the meaning of the word. It's just who are they choosing to respect? Does that make
Good point.
sense?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got like role models.
Yeah.
Right. I think everyone's got role models. Maybe not the geezer who's riding bikes in Sainsbury, right? But most people have got some level of role models, right? So you're probably right. They do respect someone, whether that person is the one that they should be given respect to or not is an interesting point. Any of you brothers got a comment on that?
I think they're all valid points. It just becomes very hard sometimes, especially when, like I've said, if they don't know why, that creates a bit of like incompetence, especially as they grow up. So the thing is, the way the youth understand respect is different than how the elders want them to understand respect. So I bet on authority. So instead of authority, make it a bit more like guidance. So instead of saying, do this because I said so, you need to respect my word. You could be like, I said this because there's consequences 1, 2, 3. This is why you need to do this 1, 2, 3. That kind of, don't know how to word it, but it's more of like,
Well, that's a good comment. That's basically going along the same lines as what you're saying there. When grown men behave like grown men, it's easier for the youth to see authority, not giggling or argumentative dudes of age demanding authority.
That's a good point. You know, who said that?
Respect the man that changes for 4760.
All right.
Respecting it. Respect the man.
yeah,
You know what? Actually,
fair
to be
enough.
fair as well. I mean, look, like I said, that's a show in and of itself. Like talking about what like parents have to do or the elders, quote unquote, have to do. But yeah, I get it's a good point. Go on, what's that say?
If grown, he continues by saying, if grown men are fair and respectful to the youth, bridges can be built.
So you're saying it's got to come from the elders first?
I agree 100%.
It does.
It has
For
to go both
example,
ways.
I'll give a good example, right?
Go on.
So, for example, growing up, you'd go to the masjid, right?
Yeah.
You'd naturally, as a child, you'll probably have your friends after madrasa. You'll be wanting to play in the masjid, right?
Right.
But somewhere in that masjid, there'll be an elder where they'll flip at you and they'll be like, "Look, you're not supposed to do this." It's true. It's happened.
true, it's true.
It happens,
Bro.
and it still happens, though. It still happens, right?
Well, there's those people that will get on the mic and tell you, brothers, if your children are running around, don't come to the masjid.
Wow,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
like
that's out of order.
It pushes you away sometimes.
that's what I'm saying, and it's like so then as a child when you experience that, yeah, and then you'd the next time you'd go to the masjid, you're gonna think of that, maybe not the same person, but you're gonna say that the next elder's gonna say that to me, and naturally you're gonna distance yourself. Once you distance yourself, you're gonna grow up. You're not gonna have that connection to the masjid anyways. But then it's that picture. It's the picture of the elders that you've faced when you were young, and then
Yeah.
you basically categorize all the elders together, and you say, look, because of that one bad experience, why should I respect them?
Yeah, they start developing victim mindset, and then they feel like any other elders, they're just attacking them. Yeah, it's the truth.
And it's public shaming as well, isn't it? Like, you're gonna call me in front of all of my friends and the whole congregation, or jump on the mic like he says. You're gonna like naturally you're gonna be like feel like the spotlight's on you, isn't it? So
And it's like I always talk about this to my friend, right? Because alhamdulillah, like the masjid that I went to, Central Masjid, when I was a child, like we would play football in the masjid. I would break the light, and Imam Abdul Basit would say like no, I'm coming to a very good point. He would say continue playing, and I'd be like I would think as to why would he say that, right? And he'd be like, no, don't worry, son. Later on, you're gonna be the one building it. And I didn't understand it back then, right? And I was like, what does he mean?
Bro,
what's
I'll tell you what he means. There's kids playing in the masjid.
But look now.
Frisbee in the masjid and broke the TV. Yeah.
No,
So
but
you go and build the TV. You're going to build it now.
no, but look now that now
you're the masjid on TV, mate.
you're replacing it now. You owe the masjid
But-
TV. Yeah.
it was actually a light. It was a light. But that's what I'm saying. Like now that I've grown up, alhamdulillah, like working and stuff, like I'm actively like trying to donate and stuff, and I know why he said that and why he let me continue playing football. Like my connection to the masjid.
He didn't want to put you off going to the masjid, basically.
Yeah,
Look, I get
that's what I'm
that,
saying.
but no, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with my imam. Yeah.
What do you think?
No, let me first of all
On the
I
mic.
disagree for a reason, because I see where you're coming from, right? Like I'll give you another example. Yeah, there was a masjid where a couple of young people wanted to put a basketball net up because it would attract the youth to come, right? And the basketball net was put up, but then it was taken down by some of the elders because it was like it was outside the masjid, bro. It wasn't inside on the car park area, right? Because it was taken down because it was like, no, we don't want that to be there, right? And it's like, come on, man. Like if you attract the youth, the young people will come to the masjid. It'll be a masjid. It'll be a place where the generations afterwards will start to come there. But I agree with this point, right? That things like that should be allowed. But at the same time, we got to teach our young people like responsibility as well, bro. Like, because the thing is, yeah, if things like that do not get called out, maybe, and obviously there's a way and means on how people call that out. But if that does not get dealt with, then it's open. It's open it's open game on like it's fair game on just doing whatever you want to the masjid. Let's break a window, no problem. It's all good. Like there's got to be a balance between the two as well. Sorry, bro, you wanted to say something?
I was just gonna say the Imam didn't tell you about your accuracy.
No,
but
balance, man. Look, there's two things here. One is having wisdom to make the youth feel comfortable in the masjid. Okay, that's very, very important. But at the same time, we have to teach the youth tarbiyah as well on how to behave in the masjid. There's two things that are going on at the same time. You can't have like a wild circus going on while at the same time people trying to pray. Okay, so it's a balance between the two things. I do agree though with Abdul Basit, and what is Abdul Basit's chilled anyway, right? He's very focused on bringing the youth in. Now, I do agree allowing the young people to play football in the masjid or ball games or whatever it is that they can enjoy and associate positivity with the masjid. That's important. Whether it's martial arts, whether it's having fun, competition, all of that sort of stuff. That's very, very important.
I agree.
For the masajid to have. At the same time, there has to be some tarbiyah program that runs alongside it.
Yeah.
You can't just say, come and have fun and then go home.
And to be fair to Imam Abdul Basit, sorry, bro, to be fair to Imam Abdul Basit, he has that with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like
he has wisdom.
even when like he'll call me up and say like so the kids from the madrasa, they're messing about. Can you make sure that you go through things with them? So I'll go through some of the etiquettes of the masjid and things like that with them as well. So he does actually have that. And then I've been there when he's actually, after like kids have messed around, he'll get on the mic and he'll not point out the kids, but he'll give a general reminder on something to like let people know. So yeah, mashallah. Sorry, was there another comments? Any other comments?
Quite a few comments. So grown-ups demanding respect when they face some of the young youth don't have respect for their own parents. How can they respect others? So he's saying if they can't respect their own parents, how can they respect others outside the home?
There's actually truth to that. But Isaac answered that. They're giving respect to the wrong people or to other people. Might be good or bad, but there has to be. Again, it comes back to how much practicing of the deen you are. Everyone's rights is put in its right place, right? Allah's rights comes first, and then your parents, and then everybody else. So it's putting everything in its right place.
We've got one of our old friends, one of the youth mentors that we have, Omar.
Hustler.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Bro.
Right. Yeah, man, stop bullying the youths, you little Rajis.
What did he say?
He says, yeah, man, stop bullying the youths, you little Rajis.
Yeah, true.
The thing is, we need to stop treating these youth as kids that are incompetent.
Stop treating the youth as youth.
No, stop treating the youth as they're lacking competences and they don't comprehend what we do.
I'm gonna disagree.
Some of these
I don't think some of these youth incompetent, bro.
Some of them are.
Look, you know what I mean?
But sometimes emotion comes over it, and then that's kind of they start misbehaving. But when you start treating them with respect, you're more likely going to get respect coming back.
But respect has to be earned, brother.
Well, that's the point I'm missing, right?
But if they mess around and you're always on their head,
because otherwise, what's going to happen? If it's the other way around, you create a sense of entitlement, right? Respect has to be earned from the.
But to give respect to a certain extent, obviously, if they don't respect that you giving respect to them, then
here's the point.
Who has priority for the respect? That's the question.
But this is the problem. This is actually the problem. Is like if you've got a society where young people are like have a level of arrogance and pride, which you guys were talking about, and ego. Well, it can lead to that, or selfishness, and like, why would they then go, well, why do you deserve my respect? You should give me respect first before you get my respect.
Yeah, because of age. And the deen teaches you just for the pure fact of age, you get respect.
Doesn't mean they're going to listen to that. Well, let me put it.
This is the point. They should.
I think up
That's
to
just a basic right.
I think up to a certain extent, I think that carries its weight. But if an elder is telling you something that's wrong, would you still give them that respect?
If an elder tells you something wrong, then you still show them the politeness and manners
Definitely.
and respect that is due to them, and politely disagree with it. Right? You can still disagree with somebody without being rude.
Mhm.
You can still disagree with somebody and complete, like I disagree with Imam Abdul Bas on many things. That doesn't mean I'm going to not show respect to him, because he's the Imam of the masjid, right?
Yeah.
So you can respectfully disagree with somebody, but here's the point: it's still respect. You see my point?
Yeah.
If an elder person is out of order, is it the responsibility of the youth to correct him, or another elder to correct him? Because the principle in the deen is, if it's not always your job to correct people and give them nasiha, because you might be the wrong person to do that. If he doesn't respect me, I'm not the guy to, if I don't have the gravitas with him, I'm not the guy to give him nasiha. It's probably going to push him further away. If he respects him, he's more likely, he's the one who's supposed to give him the nasiha. I'll just tell him, have a word with your boy, right? Because he looks up to him or whatever. So it's not always the case where you're the right person to correct somebody or disagree with somebody vocally. Maybe somebody else needs to correct them. Because the elders make mistakes, we know that. Okay, we know that. Sometimes they're too harsh, sometimes they're too soft, sometimes they, like he said, Imam Abbas was too soft on that particular incident, right? Sometimes they're just wrong, okay? But as a youth, you still have to show them respect purely because they're an elder, okay? Even if you disagree with them.
But let me add to this, yeah, because I think going on the line you were going, I don't know if you were going to come to this line as well. Do some elders abuse
Deserve a
that?
slap? Yes, they do.
Moving on.
I did.
Well, I'm saying, what my point was, do some elders abuse that power, quote unquote,
Yeah.
of like, you shall respect me because I'm your elder?
Yeah.
Like, how do you deal with that? Is that what happens with a lot of the young people? You feel?
Again, it's the same point. You respectfully disagree with them. You don't be rude with them. You still show them the manners that we're taught.
But we're talking about
And
youth,
then
bro.
you don't have to.
Youth-
You don't have to do what they say.
Youth are very much like, I'll match your energy. Am I wrong? Oh, what? Am I wrong, brother? You paused? What happened? Am I wrong? Is there not like a matching of energy with youth like this day and age
Yeah,
of like,
you
You're
can still
right.
match energy with.
yeah, but like, no, not really, bro.
I think the youth these days, I think they're not taught how to carry themselves. to
That's
be
the
able
problem. That's my whole point.
To challenge something with like.
And that's my whole point. Where's the
Um,
tarbiyah?
Yeah.
Look, we don't even get. Look, there's so many taboo subjects in our community that parents don't want to talk about with their children. Right? Whether it's sex education, which parent wants to talk to their child about that? It's uncomfortable, right? But who's gonna teach them that then? It's gonna be the non-Muslims or school or whoever, right? Because the parents need to step up and start teaching these things so that they don't end up in this situation. Like a parent should be saying to their child to give them the tarbiyah, this is how you deal with somebody who you disagree with. This is how you deal with the elders.
That's actually really good.
If an elder is rude to you, don't match their energy in a rude way,
That's
but
actually
do
a good
what the
point.
the Quranic mannerisms are, which is follow up a good deed with a
Yeah.
bad one, or what's just paraphrasing, the prophetic teaching is show politeness in the face of anger, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You see what I'm saying? But this has to be taught. Kids, if the youth are not taught this, you can't magically expect them to do it.
Yeah, but a lot of parents lack the knowledge to teach anyways.
That's the
I
point.
mean, look, that's what I
right?
said. That's what I said before. Is there needs to be a course
Okay, so who?
for parents? But just a side point.
Okay.
Let me know one second. Side point. Just so you know, there is a youth center in Newcastle called Hype. That brother Ishaq is leading, inshallah. So listen, if you are a parent listening to this and you want to get your children involved in Hype, message us here.
Where they do the tarbiyah for you.
Where we will
That
do the
was the
tarbiyah
point I
for
was
you.
gonna
But also go to supportidc.com and make a donation as well, please, brothers and sisters. You can make a donation on that link. Go to supportidc.com and support the dawah, support the work that's going on with the youth, with the non-Muslims, all the stuff that we do. Bismillah, you can go there now and make your donation there. You can also go, there's a PayPal link as well. You can see that at the bottom here on the actual banner. Go there as well, inshallah. All right, moving on.
So my point was, if parents can't do it because of lack of knowledge, right, then get people who have the knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
I would say that the foundations would start with the parents.
All right,
I think
you know, it's true. It's not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're having to go to the parents, mate.
It's just it
I'm just
starts
joking.
with the parents.
You're right. No, to be
And
fair,
like you said, this hype. It's a very good thing.
to be fair,
it's a good additional like resource to teach.
bro,
tarbiyah.
when I was doing the hype, right? When I was doing the hype, it was 2000,
2007.
something like that.
Damn. Can I do the damn?
That's why all of them are like,
I've never thrown up Quran at someone's head before. Yeah? So it's translation. When I was doing the youth work, I always thought that I was always like, it's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents. But to be honest with you, bro, it's not always like some parents actually do a lot, right? They do whatever they can, and they're struggling. They are struggling because young people go to school, get influenced, get like their peers, and they're stuck from there. And it's like the parents are finding it difficult, even if you have had that close relationship with your kids. They've split from their kids, and there's been a disconnect and a divide. And I honestly hear exactly what you're saying. Parents have a massive part to play, but at the same time, sometimes I feel for a lot of these parents, you know. I really do. SubhanAllah. Comments, Jazz.
Any other comments, bro?
Yes, we have.
Any
It's
donations coming?
I'll come to that shortly. What I think in today's time is most cases youth can lead other youth towards Allah, just like those leads other youth. Some youth can lead other youth to crime.
That's true, you know. Again, hype. That's what hype is.
Yep.
See, our hype program is for the youth, by the youth.
He was part of it.
Fubu, bro.
He was part of it, mashallah.
For us, by us, yeah.
Yes, quality.
Right?
Yeah, go on.
Right, so
The logo, bro.
so it started off with me actually being an attendee at
Yeah.
Hype. Slowly, I started becoming a volunteer. So now eventually I'm leading with the
Alhamdulillah.
weekly program where
Alhamdulillah.
we focus on, teaching them the basics, the foundations that they need to know, whilst also giving them a bit of fun with the PS5s, and we got some arcade machines recently and they're enjoying that.
I don't know what that's about. That's so old school.
No, the arcade, they do like the arcade machines.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it's old school Street Fighter 2. Like how slow is
You can't beat it. Then we also do stuff like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so we get them a bit active. We've done boxing, we do football. But yeah, we give them the lessons they need. We teach them the very foundations. We've been doing the Salah for the past couple of weeks now, and just perfecting that, getting it down to a T, so that they know what they're reciting while they're in their prayer and not just mindlessly reciting. So yeah, it's a great program. If you are in the Northeast, send your child to us. We'll take care of them. The age group between 11 and 18.
Where is it, bro?
At Shipley Avenue on West Road,
What's it called?
right
bro?
next to Soccer World. MTEP Hype.
Mashallah. No, and look, I mean, again, bro, I think that's definitely the good thing about our programs, and that was the comment as well, like youth leading the youth. And I think, and look, I'll be honest with you, I'm too old for this. I'm too old to deal with the youth now. I've had my time. I've done my bit.
Passing the torch.
I'm passing the torch to you, brothers. You have to do it. It's honestly, bro, it's your responsibility to actually take care of it and take care of the youth. Abdi,
Get them to sign the volunteer form next.
bro, honestly,
I've volunteered before.
am I wrong though?
I've volunteered.
Am I wrong? Is it not your responsibility passing the torch?
I think it's a
You're it.
it's a responsibility for everyone to work together.
That's such a cop-out answer. Honestly, that's such a cop-out answer because you know you need to take responsibility. Am I wrong, Mohammed?
You're not wrong.
You're going to take responsibility for the youth now. That's such a fake. That's such a fake, inshallah. That's such a fake, inshallah. Honestly, it's one of them ones. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, no, but I'm serious though. It actually, look, I still look. I still feel I'm going to play a part when it comes to these because I have to invest in that. But I do think a lot of it comes from the younger you guys who are like in that age group where you can like you still connect with them a lot better than I would. inshallah. Probably not. I think I'll connect better.
Good
to be
comment
honest.
here. In any relationship, I think the best is to try to understand instead of trying to be understood, young and old.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I agree with that. Who said that again?
Respect the man that changes. 476.
All right. Cool.
Fair.
No, I do agree with that. It is. And you know what? I think when you say young and old alike, I think young and old are understanding this a lot more as well. And I know I did. I know I've gone through this myself with my own kids of like trying to understand rather than trying to be understood. It's like it is understanding where other people are coming from. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It is very hard because, especially as I'm not. This is not an adult show. It's not for adults. It's more for the youth. But as an adult, as a parent, trying to understand young people and the struggles and all the rest of the things that they go through, looking at it from their perspective, looking at in their eyes, it's different. It is alien, respectively, it's a little bit alien compared to what I went through. I know the struggles that they go through are different, but you're right, huh? The youth. Oh, well, you can't say that either.
Shall we end it there, or do you want to?
We'll end it on that note. This generation's a mess. Thank you for tuning in. No, you can't. I don't think you. But yeah, but like, what do you do? Do you just give up and just say it's a mess and that's it?
Right. You have to try and understand it. Work with the parameters.
What's the influences that
Go on,
cause?
Jazzy, put your mic.
What's the influences or the things that are causing this generation to be a mess, like you
I
said?
told you, bro.
But
Social media
Go on.
and a lack of care for authority.
Just those
Bro,
two things.
guys riding bikes in places, bro.
Nah,
Like,
go on.
what are you doing? Like, how?
So just
So basically, there's turn the mic down.
sorry,
There's
sorry,
guy,
just-
there's this guy basically who you remember like he was doing like loads of pranks, like going to people's houses. He was doing like leapfrogs over like Jewish people, right? Honestly, it was on social media. He was doing all this kind of like bakwas stuff, right? And then now he's like, he said he went in. I think he went to prison, went to jail, or youth offenders or something. All right, pal. This guy's his like number one fan. He subscribes. This guy subscribes to his.
Not even
Right. Anyway, yeah, proper subscriber and that.
Donate
He's
to
out.
that
Don't
man,
worry. He's
just
out.
giving,
I spoke to him last week. He's good. He's doing good. And so now he's basically said he's turning his life around. But like he'll basically he goes on his bike, yeah, and he'll ride in Sainsbury. He'll go and ride in Sainsbury, or he'll go ride in like Lidl or like a pet store. And you're like there's elderly people there, and there's like people just riding bikes in places.
Bro, it's just for the clicks. man.
Okay, here, look, rage baiting. What's that about? What is with the youth? What is the need to rage bait?
What is rage bait?
That could be maturity.
What's rage bait?
Yeah.
It's when you bait people just to try and get. That's exactly
Try and
what
get reaction.
you bait people just to rile them up.
It's
Sounds like
actually
me.
sad.
That sounds like me.
I think it's more than that, Sahel. Yeah, I think look, the influences that the youth have today, and it was similar to what we had when we were growing up, right? And the generation above that, whether people accept it or not, the movies influence people. What films you watch, right? If you're not exposed to like say for example like gangster movies, right? If you watch that, you're going to try and emulate at least some of that. Okay? The music is going to have an influence on the youth. Regardless what genre it is, it's going to have some sort of input and influence over you. The lyrics
Yeah, that's true.
and the beat, right? The beat is actually stronger than the lyrics, believe it or not. Okay?
I don't know about that.
No, it is. It is.
I
It
don't
is.
know about
If you look at it from a scientific point of view, there's enough research to show people don't always remember the lyrics, but they'll always remember the beat, right? If
Honestly,
there
what's
you
he-
go.
what's
He knows what,
How
he's
does
talking
what does
about,
that mean?
right?
He doesn't mean it, bro. He said
Because it gets
WWE.
into your subconscious,
He
right?
said WWE.
But my point is this: look,
wearing
regardless,
tights.
regardless which way it is,
Tell them.
the lyrics, generally speaking, if you listen to the lyrics of the music, when we were listening to Tupac and Biggie, right, it had an impact on us to try and be like that. When you listen to the lyrics today, really promiscuous, foul lyrics you'll hear now from the musicians of today, right? And there's no filter
Outlandish.
with like talking about female genitalia and
Outlandish.
talking about, you know, the most promiscuous things and criminality and stuff like that. So that's going to have an influence on your psyche, right? On the way that you see the world. Music, movies. What was the other thing that had an impact? Social media, definitely, because everyone wants to be the next big thing. People have become now, the youth have become now algorithm prostitutes.
Oof.
Right? Algorithm prostitutes. Now it's all about getting that viral video. So what's next? Think about this, right? Why do you think there's a trend from music, videos, like films, games as well, these violent games as well, Call of Duty, etc., has an
I don't
impact? No,
think
no,
that
hold
has
on.
an
Let me make the point. Has an impact on desensitizing people
Okay, maybe
to
that.
blood and death,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Then you've got, because there's a direct link between all these three things and increasing criminality and violence, right? Now, next stage is the social media. Everyone wants to be the next big thing. Talentless people, like really talentless people. Social media, I don't call them influencers. What I call them is entertainers and prostitutes. That's what they really are, if you boil it down. Entertainers and prostitutes. Because the more these young girls show of themselves, the more attraction they're going to get, the more likes they're going to get, the more subs they're going to get. Why do you think OnlyFans is the next step to that?
He went there.
OnlyFans is the next step from social
He went
media.
there.
Why? Because once you get that much attention, you want to keep getting more. Your desire is just going to keep going. You want to get more and you crave it more and you bask in it, right? So the next step is OnlyFans. That's the next natural step. Once you got that viral video, once you got people following you, once you got people commenting on you and praising you, and I mean, some of these so-called influencers taking like 50 selfies just to get the perfect one, right? Just so they can show themselves in a certain light. All of this as influencers, and who are they competing with? Other entertainers and prostitutes, right? That's who they're competing with. So therefore, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. The more you push the boundaries, the more you're going to be influenced by the surroundings that you're in. Now it's a digital world.
Yeah.
Before it wasn't a digital world. You could only be influenced by the people that you can see and talk to,
Mhm.
right? That means it's limited. Now on the online world, you could have people on the other side of the world influencing you in a negative way or a positive way, right? So this is the problem that you've got. Everyone wants to be the next big thing.
It comes back to what you were saying before. I was saying before, like nowadays, you don't really need your parents to be your influence. You've got anyone can be your influence.
And
Because
the,
it's
and the
opened up to
clever young
everyone.
person is like this, right? They recognize what their parents are trying to do, instilling in them when they're young. When you go solo, like when you left the family home, so to speak, or when you all leave the family home, you need Islam to be the voice that your parents were. Do you understand? Your parents were the voice physically there. Don't do this. You should do that. Push you to do this. Go and do your studies. Go to bed on time. Blah blah blah. Give you the discipline that you need, or whatever it is that they're telling you to do. When you don't have their voice in your ear, because you've either left home or they've passed away, you have to take their wisdom when you leave. Try and remember the wisdom they gave you and the things that they instilled in you. But more importantly, what the deed says, what the Quran teaches you, what the Sunnah teaches you, should be your new voice, because now you're a man, you're a woman, you need them as your guiding principles now. That's your voice.
Yeah,
Because your
good
parents are
point.
not physically there no more, right? That's the clever young person, the one who has some intellect about them, someone who's understands themselves even.
Yeah, good
You
point.
see what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just going to be like a sheep following whoever the next man is.
Good point. Brothers and sisters, before we move on, as you can see on the screen there, please do support IDC, support our organization, our DAO organization. We are the only DAO organization in the north, full-time DAO organization in the northeast of England. You can support our work. We work in schools. We work, in telling non-Muslims about Islam. We work with new Muslims and supporting new Muslims. We work across every sector in society as best we can to share the beautiful message of Islam with them all. Your support, we are a charity. We need your support. We're in dire need of funds. Ramadan is the time that helps us, like that boost that we need to get from one Ramadan to the next. So please do go to supportidc.com, make a quick donation if you can. We really would appreciate that, inshallah.
And that donation is going to go to develop the youth as well, because
Absolutely.
what IDC does very well is get young people to help volunteer and get involved in the dawah and support new Muslims. So what you're actually doing is developing the next generation.
Indeed.
When you support IDC.
Indeed.
Cool.
All right.
And
Give me another comment.
Oh, yeah.
What's Safe got to say, man? You've been
Hold
quiet,
on.
bro.
I mean, the one thing I'm going to say is when it came to me with the IDC, I mean, like I mentioned this before you came on the show, but when
Yeah.
I was a teenager towards my 20s, I was an arrogant little so-and-so. I mean, because you think, when you mentioned about there needing to be a clear respect between the parents and the youth, and you've also mentioned, on the other hand, the youth are getting their influence from factors which the parents have no idea what they are.
And no control over as well.
So as soon as their parents give a little bit of leeway, then suddenly the potential for the arrogance, for the thought of, oh, hang on, these guys online, they're the ones I'm going to respect, that goes up exponentially because they've already got the hooks in.
Yeah.
And it's been let go from the other side. So suddenly they get dragged straight up.
Mm.
And when it came to, I mean, it was a case of, yes, the parents said, all right. They kept trying to keep me on the deen, you know, also study well, go to uni, get a job. I was in the 9-to-5 humdrum when I found out about the IDC. And that's what helped reconnect me to my deen. And I was in my 20s back then. I wasn't, it wasn't between, 12 and 18, the regular catchment phrase. I was in my 20s back then.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a case of when trying to encourage people to use Islam as their focal point and their guidance, they make it way easier by ensuring there's that level of respect with the elders first, because then that respect can become parallel with Islam being slipped in, because you have that sense that there needs to be an authority figure in your life.
Yeah, well,
it's a good point. It's a very good point. And I think, yeah, it's like I say to my kids, yeah, I trust you, I just don't trust the people around you. That's the biggest issue. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, and the reason why I say that, the Prophet ﷺ said, you are upon what your companions are upon. If your companions are good and righteous, you're going to be good and righteous. If your companions are evil and bad, they're going to influence you in that negative way, right? And the reason why I say that is, I trust you, not necessarily the people around you, because you are responsible for your own actions. That's what I have to instill in my children. You're responsible for your own actions. So, and the next point that links to that is, you know, actions have consequences. If you do a good action, there's a good consequence from that. If you do a bad action, there's a negative consequence for that. Because the problem also with this generation, in fact, with our generation as well, we thought we were unstoppable, or we think we're unstoppable.
Well, that's the thing.
We think we're not going to be the ones who are going to get arrested if we do this crime. We're the ones who are not going to get caught if we do this bad thing. There's going to be no consequence if I go and start a fight with this guy, right? It's like that saying, F about when you're going to find out. Everyone's hard behind the TV, behind the screen, right? Keyboard warriors. But you go and try and none of them will do that to your face, by the way. And if they do, then they're going to have a very harsh reality when they get knocked the F out. Okay? Because this is what you deserve.
You're listening, son.
Okay?
Good lads.
Do you know what I'm
Good
saying?
lads.
My point is this, that actions have consequences.
Are you listening?
Most people won't behave like that in real life.
Man's been knocked out a few times already. He knows. He understands that. He knows.
No, he hasn't.
No, I'm joking.
There you go, man.
Easy,
Shall
bro.
we ask your dad
No,
first
we
and see
all,
what happened
Guy's got a mean right hook, you know.
we all knew.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't know it, bro.
Microphone warriors.
This guy. We can go afterwards if you want to. We can go toe to toe if you really want to. If you want to, you know. F around and find out. We can F around and find out if you really want to, brother. All right, good. All right, Jazzy, where we at? Where we at?
Any more comments, bro?
There's loads of comments, Jazz.
Oh, yeah, Jazzy.
There's not that many comments. There's one that says
There's loads of comments. I'm looking at them all.
You think-
Jazzy's missing out half the
which
comments.
leads one to many places in lyrics, either love songs or gangster.
Say it again, bro.
True beats.
True
is
beats. Who's that?
Music which leads one to many places in the lyrics, either it's love songs or gangster. I think he was talking about the influence of music.
True
in his
beats.
verses.
Music leads to
Bro, I think he's replying to what I said. Beat
Yeah.
Yeah. And how are the lads?
Yeah.
Who's that from?
From Sakil Bali.
That's my boy Sakib.
And this was
Sakib
just
Ali.
me putting comments
okay.
in there.
Dues in town.
Luton
Alec,
Town,
bro.
bro. Mashallah.
Big
that
up.
that was
Respect.
just me. The comments there that you saw, or just me. telling
Bro,
everyone
Sakib
what
should
I
be
see.
joining the. Bro, Sakib, join the feed, man. Jump on. He's got a few things to say, man. About this
Ajay?
topic.
Come online, bro.
Oh, I've got something now.
Go on.
We've talked about no filter, being desensitized, but one of the big things for any young person is to have positive role models. One of the role models for especially male youth, who found the Muslim male youth kind of being trapped by this, is Andrew Tate.
Oh, God.
So how do you counter that? How did a father or parent counter what?
So you know what? Yeah. Let me just
Tatey head. Go on. tell me.
let me just go on this. Yeah. Because I don't think it's just Muslim youth. I think it's youth.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, this was about 3 years ago now. 3-4 years ago, he was really influential. I don't think he's
the
that
most influential man
anymore.
on the planet.
No, ever since he got knocked out.
Yeah, that he's lost.
I don't think- But no, even before that, I don't think he was as influential. But I do remember, I did a school workshop with a school, yeah. And bro, I'm telling you, some of these young kids were wild, all right. And it was during that time when Andrew Tate was quite popular, yeah. Like some of the female teachers were literally coming up to me saying it's an actually mess. Like he's got so much influence that they're literally going into classrooms and going, "Miss, make us a sandwich." Right, like literally, like yeah, and they were going wild. They were going wild and really disrespectful towards.
He could have done so much good with that. He just wasted it.
Started off good, but he just
Yeah.
I think
Ever
the
since
game
he got
probably
locked
to
up, I think it changed from then.
I think he was talking about hot topics, but I think the way he carries himself is really teach you a lot of respect.
The delivery was wrong.
Not only delivery, even some of the stuff he's saying was wrong. Look, for us as Muslims, right? Who's our teacher role model? Who's the most masculine man that we know? The Prophet ﷺ. He didn't behave like that. He was tough when he needed to be tough, and he was soft when he needed to be soft. He had emotions, and he showed those emotions when he needed to show those emotions. It wasn't this whole bravado of men have to be like this and men have to be like that. That is an extreme reaction to feminism, actually. The whole red pill movement is an extreme reaction to extreme feminism. And they've gone, like, extreme feminism has gone overboard and crossed the boundaries, was what's allowed. This red pill movement has gone extreme and gone beyond the boundaries, what Islam teaches us, right? Islam is the balance. And the Prophet ﷺ was the best, most masculine man that we look up to and we want to model ourselves on. Not Andrew Tate head. He's not our role model, the one that we want to be like, right? Because let's be real about it. He's a misogynist, right? That's the way it is. Just because he says some good things, some things which might be correct and might be in line with Islam even, but you counter it with all the stuff that he goes overboard with and extreme with, it cancels it out. He's not our role model. He's not our teacher. We have teachers who are worthy of being our teachers. Not just the Prophet ﷺ, the companions, the great scholars, the great righteous people in our history, and who are right here, right now, the scholars, students of knowledge, and the righteous people of today, right? We shouldn't take people as role models and teachers unless they're deserving of it, right? And if somebody can't give their rights to Allah first, they're not deserving of it. It's as simple as that. You can take a shahada, and I pray it's a sincere one, and I hope it saves him from the hellfire. But the way he's behaving and acting, he's certainly not a role model for the youth. That's for sure.
I mean, if I can cut in there, it's a case of, because I'm not the biggest user of social media, but when Andrew Tate came along, you could almost see it coming from a mile off. because youth are gullible enough that anybody with a clear camera, good diction, who sounds like they're passionate about whatever it is they're saying, is going to capture a gullible audience. And that had already been happening from straight up from the perfectly innocent things like, I don't know, John Green off Vlogbrothers to Andrew Tate. As long as they're able to capture an audience, people are going to be captured. And so it's the exact same formula that applies to any social media influencer. It just happens to be the views that he was espousing cause such a massive problem. But it's the same formula, just a different person that got plugged into it.
Any more comments, Jazzy?
There's loads of comments, man. Jazzy just keeps missing them out. How are Jazzy, man?
Oh, 1 second. All right, I'm going back up the thing list. Right, we lost the ability to use critical thinking, which is systematic. We became a nation of sheep, which is again systematic. Islam is the only savior for humanity.
I agree with that.
I agree. We lost the ability to be what? Critical thinking.
Yeah, and then there's another one that says 100% true for everything we're saying. Thank you, brother Assad. He's joined us again.
That's it. SportIDC.com, bro. I know you probably have. Support it again.
Share the link at least. Share the
And then Irfan Ahmed 6411. Dear brothers, Allah bless you. Are doing great work on this planet and we love.
I mean, Jazakallah khair.
Share the link, bro, and encourage everyone to donate.
SportIDC.com, brothers and sisters. Please go to SportIDC.com, make a donation, inshallah. All right. Where do you want to go from here on this topic now, brothers, brethren? You need to take the mic, bro.
Why is Knife not speaking, bro? Get him on the mic.
No, Knife's retrospective, man. He's in retrospective mode, man.
What do you mean retrospective?
He's in like contemplation mode,
No,
bro.
see, Knife's got.
I'm
wisdom
saying,
to share,
I
man.
know.
He's
I'm saying
good
Knife's
wisdom
got
to share.
Knife's retrospective. Oh, okay. I was trying to big you up, and now you just you honestly just tell how it is. That's the youth. Honestly, youth.
No, but you got good
this-
experience to share.
This
though,
is
for the
youth, bro. Though no, there's no
Inshallah.
filter there. I'm just tired, bro. Like tell her how it is.
Not fair play.
You thought just tell her how it is
Fair
these
play.
days. No, I don't
Not
think
fair
it's always fair play, bro. You just tell you how it is. Sometimes it's just rude, man.
I'm tired, to be fair.
Easy.
Marriage.
Marriage and girls, bro. I'll tell you, that's a problem that you face, bro.
I don't think it's a problem the youth face. I think that,
Have we got a
I
camera
think-
that we can zoom in on his mush?
bro, give him the mic. Come, Mohammed. Me and you can have a conversation. However,
Zoom in on yours.
however, Mohammed, me and you can have a conversation. Get the mic, bro. Let's have a conversation. Man's dropped you in it, bro. Your boys dropped you in it.
Literally 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 as well.
Technically, our same age. Yeah.
You serious? You want to do this online? Okay.
You want to say that one?
I want to see this guy. This guy.
You want to say that one?
Yeah. Why you look at me like? Yeah. What do you want, bro?
Go on, go on.
What is it?
I can't read it.
All right, 1 second.
Read it out, bro. Read it out.
But one of the brothers says, brothers, please kindly make dua for my mother's good health and long life and Allah to give me patience ability to go after her. She matters a lot.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give shifa for your mum and give her long life and for you both to be and your whole family to be safe as well. You know, brother, there's something that a person can do. This is quite a cheap like thing, but in all honesty, there is, and that is to give sadaqah. Sadaqah is something that wipes sins and can remove like calamities as well. So do give sadaqah as well. Just I'm not saying now this is a plug for supportidc.com, but do make sadaqah. Whatever you can, make sadaqah. That
No,
will
I'm
help,
saying
inshallah.
do it for IDC.
But I'm saying do
Plug
it. Of course.
You know why? Because Sadaqah Jariyah.
Yeah, it will be. It will be
For
Sadaqah
your
Jariyah
mum.
as well, because the work that we do is Sadaqah Jariyah as well. That it goes on. If you take a share in the rewards of someone accepting Islam and they go on to do good deeds, then you'll continuously get those good deeds as well, inshallah, by the will of Allah. So yeah, go to supportidc.com. Safe.
Just to add to that, when it comes to Dawah in action, our charity, we've not been quiet. We've had 2 shahadas in the past week.
MashaAllah.
So it's
Yeah,
a
alhamdulillah.
case of if you're going to be donating in a month when the shaitan are locked away, people's hearts will be more open to the message of Islam. So if you are going to donate as soon as you can.
And imagine the reward you get for donating to support the brothers doing dawah. Someone takes a shahada. All of their good deeds you get a portion of without diminishing theirs. Because you supported it to happen. And I think this is I'm gonna cut in right on something. which is very important, linked to this comment. As the youth, we take our parents for granted, right? Until when? Until you lose them, right? When your mum calls you on the phone or your dad calls you on the phone, answer it. You're never too busy to answer it, okay? Because that might be the last call they ever make you, right? Don't take them for granted. Even if it's tough for you or it upsets you or it's frustrating, do what's right, not what you feel, okay? Always do what's right, especially when it comes to your parents. Because honestly, when you lose your parents, guys, if you lose a parent or both your parents, that's it, it's done. You can't bring them back. You can't have that conversation with them no more. You can't seek their advice anymore. You can't, dare I say it, you miss them telling you off as well, right? Honestly, all these things, it's important. So when it comes to your parents, and look, this brother or sister, whoever it was that made this comment, are making dua for their mother who's sick. Why wait until they're sick to appreciate them, right? Even when they're not sick, you should be making dua for them. When they are sick, you should be making dua for them. When they pass away, you should be making dua for them, right? You should be, and more important than, well, just as important as dua, you should be fulfilling their rights as parents. At the end of the day, they've done more for you than you can even imagine. A lot of times, fathers, and this is, I believe this to be very true, right? Challenge me on it if you don't think it is true. Fathers, generally speaking, there are exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, every father wants their child to be better than them, right? And every mother will love their child more than anyone else can. Okay? There's two things. And both of them don't necessarily swap over. A mother will give love more than the child even deserves sometimes. Okay? And a father wants his child to be better than him or to be the best they can be, even if it means detrimental to themselves. Okay? So that's the two things, the 2 points. And if you think about it, when Umar ibn Khattab, radiallahu anhu, a man came to him and said, listen, I've just done the whole Hajj with my elderly mother on my back. You know how tough Hajj is, right? He said, I did the whole Hajj and I carried her on my back. And he asked the question, did I fulfill her rights? And he replied, he said, young man, you didn't even fulfill one teardrop that she gave you when she gave birth to you. Right? That's the whole Hajj you carried on her back. You didn't even do the equivalent of one teardrop when she gave birth to you. Right? And imagine what mothers go through during pregnancy. It's tough, guys. It's tough. It's really difficult for them. Pregnancy for 9 months, then breastfeeding for up to 2 years. Breastfeeding, it's horrible, right? It's not nice, right? And then after breastfeeding, so they sacrifice themselves, mothers I'm talking about, sacrifice themselves for their children so that they can have the best start to their lives, right? And then when you're grown up, when you're an infant, you got that snotty nose, you know, they're the ones who are going to clean up your mess. When you fall over and you get hurt, your mother's the first one to try and comfort you and make you feel better. Then when you go to school, you know, they're concerned about your best welfare, making sure you're ready, making sure you're presentable. Imagine what they do before you even wake up to go to school. And what they do before you even get back from school. And then what they do when you go to work. And the du'as that they make for you when you're an adult as well. You guys have no idea. The burdens that your fathers take when they go out to work, burning themselves out to get their children through school and through university and get them married and get them ready. Fathers don't talk about that stuff. Old school fathers don't talk about that stuff. They'll just bear it and do what's necessary to do. They'll burn themselves out, literally, right? They carry the burdens and they don't share it with their kids because they don't want you to have the stress. Right? I'll just take the stress. It's okay. I don't want them to be burdened. Let them enjoy life. Let them get the best start and develop and be the best that they can be. And then a child turns around and says, oh, well, I didn't ask you to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? This is when the backhand is deserved, right? I'm not saying do a backhand. I'm saying it's actually deserved, but you don't have necessarily. It's illegal to do, right? In this country, I'm just saying. But do you get what I'm trying to make the point?
Every kid here, I can look at the faces. Every kid here has had that backhand.
Every immigrant kid's had that
He
backhand.
smiled.
That was a good point.
No, Hamda, he was a good boy, but he got him into trouble though.
Wait a minute, hold on. No, let me get verification. Let me get verification if you were.
Let me get back.
Got beat. Thank you.
But you know what I'm saying though?
I know.
That's why, you know, we should.
I know if I was in that, I'll be. Anyway, yeah, no, yeah, alhamdulillah. No, you're right.
Cover the mic and say that.
Yeah, I said,
You know, this
I
mic
said,
picks it up as well,
honestly,
yeah?
bro, if you were my boy, honestly, I'll be like every night. I'm just joking.
Anyway,
No,
the
but you
point-
know what? You're absolutely
point
right.
is about
No, but
appreciation.
You know what?
man.
You're absolutely right as well. Yeah, because I mean, I'll give you an example of with my own kids. Yeah, it's like sometimes my kids like might not say something to make in case it worries me about something, and I'm like, that's what I signed up for. Like,
Yeah.
you have to understand, as a parent, I know this is not a show about parents, but as a parent, we signed up for like taking on your worries, taking on your stress. That's what we signed up for when we had you. Like, we knew that was going to be the case. So most parents, I'm hoping it's all parents, are willing to do those things for their kids. And I think it's a case of you as kids, as youth, talk to your parents. Like, I hope it's a situation where parents do make it easy for you to talk to them as well. Because that, like, we talked about that as well, about having a safe space, safe environment where you can talk to parents. And hopefully that is there. But definitely, I think it needs to happen. I think there needs to be a connection between the youth and parents as well, inshallah, for that to happen.
Have you ever seen that dialogue that Denzel Washington does in Fences
Yeah.
with his boy? That's so powerful, though.
You know what he's talking about? Oh, you got to watch it.
Try and find it, Jazzy.
Oh, bro, for the recent movie?
Denzel Washington.
No,
No.
Equalizer, bro. You gotta take.
I agree, yeah, but like,
Yeah,
give
go on
him
the mic, bro.
Give him the microphone.
I agree. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's certain things, if I know I can deal with it myself,
Fair.
I won't tell my
You know what?
parents
And that's fair.
because I don't want them to stress over something. Which
And
I
you know
can do.
what? That's fair.
But then the issue you have is they're like, oh, you never tell us anything. You get it?
Don't tell him anything.
But
We know that. We know that.
if
No,
I
but
can deal with it, I can. If I can't deal with it, then I'll come and tell you.
that is actually fair, to be honest with you. That is a fair point, because if you can deal with it, deal with it.
I got a question.
You know, that shows also maturity.
But that, you know what? That does actually show that it shows that your parents did the job right as well. Inshallah.
They're not happy with that. Though.
Maybe not. Well, you know what? Sometimes, sometimes, like as a parent, you've got to realize you've got to let go sometimes, and as a parent, you've got to realize that, you know what, like, I've done my job. Like, you as a parent, you're like you're what's the phrase? You're like how do I word this?
Still holding on to the rails.
No, it's not that. It's your basically you're putting yourself out of a job. Because the whole point is as a parent, you want your child to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. The moment a child can do that, you're like, my job's done. You want to be able to do that. And but at the same time, bro, to be honest with you, I'm not going to say if it's mom or dad, but parents will always look at you and be like, you're my boy. You're that
still a baby.
and you are their baby at the end of the day. You still are.
All the time.
Go on.
This one here, yeah.
Go on.
Can I ask you a question?
Play it
Hell,
out.
you got to ask me, Mr. Stewiggy, the one you got the
No,
questions
I've seen
for.
this.
The one he wants?
How come you ain't never liked me?
Yeah, this is the one.
Like you?
I've seen this.
Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you.
Come here, boy. I'll talk to you.
Straighten up, goddammit.
Straighten up.
I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right, then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you.
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me.
Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now, let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now, I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now, don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A&P.
You understand? Like, bye. Yeah,
It's your duty.
that's it, bro. Honestly, bro, that's that. Like a parent, that's their duty. That's their
There's,
job.
there's another talk. Share it in the comments as well. By what's his name? From Australia or shout out. Muhammad Hablas, yeah. About the father, about being a father, yeah. Try and find that talk. It's one of the most powerful.
You like that guy, Jazzy? You like that guy on Joe Rogan's podcast, yeah? Where you gotta find like the clips. What's he called?
Not that good. The status of your father, yeah?
Say so, father, yeah.
Bro, that's like 20-minute long.
Yeah, don't play it. I mean, just share it. In the
Yeah, I'm
comments.
gonna share it.
All right, okay.
It's one of the best, honestly, one of the best talk. No one talks. Everyone talks about the motherhood, but not many people talk about fatherhood.
Anyway, good, alhamdulillah.
Some more comments?
I don't know these boys want to talk about marriage.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
For that.
All right.
Let's have a look.
Took over.
Back to marriage. I think the entry barriers have increased. Like back in the day, a lot of grandparents got married on, yes, they didn't live in the city, but imagine what the case is now with all the options available.
Go on,
Yeah,
Mo.
don't get me started on that, bro. Let's go next.
I
one.
didn't hear.
That's a whole topic, man.
Yeah.
What the question is.
True, a good mother sacrifices her everything for her children, even worse if she's a widow in young age or single mother. Even if her child goes against her, she will always love him.
Yeah, that is true.
Cool.
Must always do that. Alhamdulillah. All right.
Any more comments? That's it.
That's it, man.
Right, let's do it. Safe. Do a nice passionate plea for what people should give to IDC, bro.
Right. Okay. So there's a lot of charities out there that are asking for donations right now. A lot of them rightly so. There are issues, horrendous situations in Gaza, Sudan, Yemen. However, one thing that's going to remain a further kafaya, should it be that Gaza was right now a paradise, should it be that it's the hell on earth it is right now, the further kafaya that still remains is to give dawah to the non-Muslim people. That's the reason why the IDC exists. That's the reason why for the past 20 years we have built a platform, just led to over 100 shahadas in the past 2 years alone in the northeast of England, which, I mean, it's a backwater city compared to places like Manchester or London. And yet we have, by the grace and will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this high throughput and very dedicated care for the new Muslims. So carry out the duty that is upon you and support the dawah in the northeast of England. £25 to get the Islamic resources that we've been giving out today and yesterday and the day before and every day throughout this Ramadan. £50 to get the items printed that we need to get printed, which we tailor towards today's moments, such as to advertise our Divided Britain exhibitions, to advertise our Discover the Quran exhibitions. £100 for mosque and school visits in order to state to the youth, the non-Muslim youth from when they're young, what Islam truly is and what the beauty is that is within our deen. So do your duty and support the IDC.
Sorry, that's passionate plea.
I don't need a passionate play at all, brothers and sisters. You just need to know what you need to do, yeah. And that's to support IDC because you know it makes sense. You know it makes sense. You know it makes sense. Okay, the work that's going on is invaluable work. Subhanallah. Like, look, we are living in times, especially in this country now. We saw it a few years, well, a couple of years ago, what, in 2024, July. We saw it then, right? And it's not as if it's getting better. There's a stigma towards Muslims. There is a level of anti-Muslim hatred. There needs to be people out there that are telling non-Muslims the truth about Islam. IDC is that organization in the Northeast that's doing it. So support it, support the organization, support the work that's going on. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow in our fundraiser, live fundraiser tomorrow. So please join me tomorrow at 12. And Brother Abdullah, inshallah, he doesn't know he's coming yet. Are you coming as well, yeah? At 12 o'clock, from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'll be here tomorrow, inshallah. Please join. Please support. All right, man, calm down. You know, I mean, this guy, I'm trying to talk, and this guy just in me ear. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I take accountability for that.
Well, then stop talking. Anyway, so yeah, inshallah, we'll be here tomorrow. Inshallah, so please do tune in, support. Go to supportidc.com. You know what I mean? Listen, the stream's done. So you might as well go to the link now. Like, go.
Finally,
Go
talk
to the link.
about the youth hype camp that's coming up and how they can get involved with the youth program. Just to finish off with.
So,
Why
I
they
mean,
should why they should fund IDC as well.
it makes sense. I'll start with the IDC. I mean, couple weeks back, we went viral on Facebook with about 4,000 comments or so, and I think to me, what it really highlighted was how important the dawah work that IDC do, because all those comments, well, majority of the comments were negative, and they all came from some sort of misinformation or just the wrong thinking, or they've been told the wrong thing. And IDC's job is to go out there and tell those people the truth about Islam so that they can clear those misconceptions that they have. So that's why you should donate to IDC, because they're doing the work of the prophets. So donate to IDC. You can see the link. We've got all the different packages there. Islamic resources for £25. Creating materials like these, bespoke materials that came out just because of the controversies that happened. So we're giving them relevant information. And we have mosque visit and school workshops to instill in the youth the truth about Islam, because they're going to learn from their parents, or they're going to learn from social media, or whatever's about. So we're here to teach them and tell them the truth about Islam. And then last but not least, HAIR. Sign your kids up to HAIR. We've got a spring winter camp. Winter camp. Yeah. So we've got a spring camp. Are you volunteering? You better be.
Put them on the spot.
Don't correct me if you're not going to volunteer.
Yes,
Both
bro.
of you.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Say it with your chest.
Because you didn't correct. They didn't correct me. You two both jumped on me. Anyways. Inshallah.
I will try.
Wait a minute. Here's inshallah. Look, let's hear the difference between inshallahs. I will volunteer, inshallah.
So we've got a spring camp in the Easter break, focusing on the youth. We're going to be here at Newcastle City Mosque. Again, ages 12 to 18. We're going to have special talks, special guests come down as well, inshallah, talking about the Sahabas. So we're going to be talking about the Sahabas. And then we're going to be doing some fun activities as well, inshallah. We'll be doing, you know what? I'll let you guys find out. How about that? I'll let you guys find out. Sign your kids up
that.
and then...
mystery.
Yeah, we're in the city centre, so trust me, the activities were good. I mean, the last one we did a St. James Park tour, which the boys definitely really enjoyed that.
It's
So-
for the sisters as well, right? For the
Sisters
girls
as well.
Yeah, man.
Let me not forget. Yeah, sisters as well. They also have their camp going on at the same time, and that'll be the 6th of April till the 9th, I believe. Yeah, 6th of April till the 9th. So sign your kids up. Email info@mtep.org and register your kids up, 12 to 18. perfect chance for them to learn about Islam while having fun at the same time.
Cool. This guy's got jokes in there. Look at him. He's got jokes, bro. All right, brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan for tuning in. Thank you very much. We'll leave you with our showcase video. This guy's all right, mate. What's this guy?
All right, you'll take it.
You laugh at your own jokes a bit too much. It's a little bit tough crowd. That's it, bro. That's it. All right, inshallah, we'll leave you with that. Jazakumullah khairan for tuning in. Been a good show, boys. Appreciate your input. No, I appreciate your input. May Allah bless you all. Respect is two-way street and all
So
that.
next week we talk about marriage. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really want to.
I'm at work next week.
All right, you weren't invited anyway. What did you do? I'm just messing. I'm just messing. All right, Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, every single year, many people accept Islam. In the northeast of England, many of those come through IDC. So what happens after somebody accepts Islam? My name is Richard, and I'm here to tell you what we've been up to. We support new Muslims on their full journey from Shahada to integration into the community. After taking their Shahada, most new Muslims stay registered with IDC to receive support. We're proud to say that we have an impressive retention rate of 92% who stay in touch and continue to practice Islam. We do this by assigning a one-to-one mentor close to the Shahada as possible, providing weekly classes, workshops, social networking with other new Muslims, providing a hardship fund for those in need, and accompanying them on an annual retreat. We have recorded over 186 Shahadas in the last 4 years alone.
It's been best experience in my life. Best thing I ever done, ever in my life. I've just learned so much. Well, still learning it anyway. Learned about the prayer, learned about the Quran book.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Sadiqa. I'm the head of the sisters side of the New Muslim Support Department. Our IDC office in the city centre provides a more formal setting to teach. Since 2021, over 350 workshops and classes have been delivered. Our classes cover foundations of belief, step-by-step foundations, and Quran reading in Arabic for beginners. We also gift our fellow new Muslims an English Quran and reading material when they join IDC.
So part of the gift pack, we have the prayer map. Then we have a little biography of the Prophet and his life. We have the copy, the translation of the Quran. A few booklets. One, it's about Allah, and it goes through the names of Allah. Then we have a booklet on telling about Islam. And then lastly, we have your how to pray booklet. It's your Fortress of a Muslim, which is a dua booklet.
Gift packs are also distributed at Eid. This year we have also been able to provide hijabs and abayas to the sisters needing them. Around 200 gift packs have been distributed since 2020. Every year, IDC travel down to a location outside of the Northeast to partake in KHAIR's annual New Muslim retreat. 15 people a year get whisked away from the hamster wheel of day-to-day life. They immerse themselves in discovering Islam and practicing with their brothers and sisters around them. This has been described as life-changing by many.
I went 2 years ago as an attendee. I loved it. 2 weeks later, alhamdulillah, put the hijab on. It's an amazing experience, and inshallah I'll be there for many more years to come. I don't ever want to leave that.
With all this learning and hard work, we also make time for social gatherings.